Few television dramas in American history managed to capture the cultural imagination in the way Little House on the Prairie did during its original run from 1974 to 1983. At a time when television was rapidly expanding into more urban, cynical, and fast-paced storytelling, this series stood apart by returning viewers to an idealized yet emotionally complex vision of frontier life. Based loosely on Laura Ingalls Wilder's autobiographical books, the show transformed simple pioneer living into a weekly exploration of family, morality, and endurance. Its appeal was not just nostalgia for the 19th century but a reflection of 1970s audiences searching for grounding values during a period of social upheaval. What made the series especially powerful was its ability to balance warmth with hardship, often within the same episode. Characters faced poverty, illness, prejudice, and loss, yet the narrative consistently returned to themes of resilience and community. Over time, Walnut Grove became more than a fictional town. It became a shared emotional space for millions of viewers. Families gathered around their televisions not just for entertainment, but for reassurance that even in difficult circumstances, compassion and dignity could prevail. This emotional resonance helped the series become one of the defining family dramas of its era. Walnut Grove as a living world of frontier storytelling. The fictional town of Walnut Grove functioned as the emotional and narrative heart of Little House on the Prairie, evolving into a richly detailed world that viewers came to know intimately over nearly a decade. It was not merely a backdrop for the Ingalls family's experiences, but a living community populated with teachers, merchants, farmers, and children whose lives intersected in meaningful ways. The general store, schoolhouse, church, and surrounding prairie fields became familiar landmarks that grounded each episode in a consistent sense of place. This continuity allowed audiences to feel as though they were returning to a real town each week, rather than watching isolated stories. The series often used the simplicity of frontier life to highlight universal human struggles, making Walnut Grove feel both historically distant and emotionally immediate. Its storytelling emphasized small moments, shared meals, classroom lessons, and community gatherings that carried significant emotional weight. Over time, viewers developed a sense of belonging to this world, as if the town itself was a character shaped by the collective experiences of its residents. This immersive quality was one of the key reasons the series maintained such strong loyalty among its audience throughout its long run. The heart of the series and its central performances. At the core of Little House on the Prairie was the performance of Michael Landon as Charles Ingalls and Melissa Gilbert as Laura Ingalls, whose on-screen relationship formed the emotional backbone of the series. Landon's portrayal of Charles combined strength, patience, and vulnerability, creating a father figure who embodied both moral authority and emotional accessibility. Gilbert, cast as Laura from childhood into young adulthood, delivered a performance that matured alongside the series itself, allowing viewers to grow with her character over the years. Their dynamic represented more than just family storytelling. It symbolized the broader themes of guidance, growth, and resilience that defined the show. Around them, a strong ensemble cast contributed to the sense of community, portraying characters whose struggles and triumphs reflected the complexities of frontier life. The relationships between townspeople were often as important as individual storylines, reinforcing the idea that survival depended on cooperation and empathy. Behind the scenes, Landon's influence extended beyond acting, as he also wrote and directed many episodes, shaping the show's tone and direction. This level of creative control helped maintain consistency, but also contributed to tensions within the production over time, as the series evolved under his vision. The final chapter, and the explosive goodbye of Walnut Grove, when Little House on the Prairie concluded its television run, it did not end with quiet resolution, but with a dramatic and unforgettable conclusion in the 1984 TV movie, The Last Farewell. In this final story, the residents of Walnut Grove faced the threat of a wealthy landowner attempting to take control of their town. Rather than surrender their homes and heritage, the townspeople made a radical decision to destroy their own community. The emotional weight of this choice culminated in one of the most striking images in television history, the deliberate destruction of Walnut Grove itself. Buildings such as the schoolhouse, church, and general store were reduced to rubble in a series of controlled explosions that symbolized both loss and defiance. For many viewers, the moment was shocking because it contradicted the gentle tone that had defined the series for years. yet it also served as a powerful metaphor for closure, suggesting that the end of an era sometimes requires irreversible action. The finale became one of the most discussed conclusions in television storytelling, remembered not just for its spectacle but for its emotional intensity and symbolic meaning, production decisions, and the real destruction of the set. Behind the dramatic finale of The Last Farewell lay a production decision that would become part of television lore: the physical demolition of the Walnut Grove set. Rather than allowing the constructed town to remain standing or be repurposed for future productions, Michael Landon reportedly chose to ensure its complete destruction. The decision involved the use of real explosives to bring down the carefully built structures, creating a sense of finality that extended beyond narrative symbolism into physical reality. This approach was unusual for television productions of the time, where sets were often preserved, reused, or dismantled gradually. Instead, Walnut Grove was deliberately erased from the landscape, marking a definitive end to the world audiences had visited for nearly a decade. While the explosions were carefully planned and executed by professional crews, the emotional impact on cast and crew was significant, as they witnessed the literal disappearance of a shared creative space. For Landon, the act represented control over the story's conclusion, ensuring that the series would not be revived or diluted in future projects. The destruction became a defining aspect of the show's legacy, blending production reality with narrative symbolism in a way few television endings have matched. Declining ratings and the end of a long television era. By the early 1980s, Little House on the Prairie was experiencing a natural decline in viewership as audience tastes shifted and network priorities evolved. The series had enjoyed a long and successful run, but changing television landscapes brought increased competition from newer, more contemporary programming. NBC ultimately decided that the show had reached the end of its broadcast life cycle, not due to scandal or abrupt cancellation, but because its narrative arc had largely run its course. This type of gradual conclusion was relatively rare for long-running series, which often ended unexpectedly or without resolution. In this case, the decision allowed the creators to plan a more structured ending, culminating in the television movies that followed the series finale. While some fans were disappointed by the conclusion, others viewed it as a natural transition for a story that had always emphasized growth and change. The decline in ratings also reflected broader shifts in American television, where audiences were increasingly drawn to modern settings and faster-paced storytelling. Despite this, the show maintained a strong legacy, continuing to air in syndication and reaching new generations of viewers long after its original broadcast ended. Creative control, conflicts, and production tensions. Although Little House on the Prairie is often remembered for its wholesome tone, the production itself was shaped by creative tensions and disagreements behind the scenes. Michael Landon's dual role as both star and primary creative force gave him significant influence over writing, directing, and overall direction of the series. This level of control helped maintain a consistent vision, but also led to friction with collaborators, including co-creator Ed Friendly and members of the cast and production team. Disagreements over storytelling direction, character development, and production decisions occasionally created strain during the show's long run. Some cast members, including Karen Grassel, who portrayed Laura Ingalls, later spoke about challenges related to working conditions and compensation, highlighting the complexities behind the show's otherwise idyllic image. These tensions did not define the series, but they contributed to the reality that even the most heartfelt productions are shaped by negotiation and conflict. Over time, however, many of these issues were overshadowed by the show's popularity and emotional impact on audiences. The contrast between on-screen harmony and off-screen complexity adds another layer to the series' legacy, revealing how creative collaboration can be both deeply rewarding and occasionally difficult. Personal scandals and emotional fallout among the cast. The personal life of Michael Landon also became a point of emotional complexity during and after the series' run, particularly due to his relationship with makeup artist Cindy Clerico. His affair, while still married at the time, created emotional strain within the production environment and had a lasting impact on relationships with colleagues. For Melissa Gilbert, who viewed Landon as a mentor and father figure, the situation was especially difficult, leading to a period of estrangement between them. These personal tensions contrasted sharply with the family-centered values portrayed on screen, adding a layer of irony to the show's public image. Within the cast, reactions varied, but the situation undeniably altered interpersonal dynamics during the later years of production. Despite these difficulties, reconciliation eventually occurred between Landon and Gilbert shortly before his death in 1991, bringing a sense of closure to their long and complicated relationship. This emotional arc mirrored, in some ways, the themes of forgiveness and reconciliation often explored within the series itself. While such personal matters are separate from the show's creative achievements, they remain part of its broader history and contribute to understanding the human realities behind a beloved television institution. Storytelling that confronted real social issues. One of the most enduring aspects of Little House on the Prairie was its willingness to address serious and often uncomfortable social issues within the framework of a family drama. Unlike many television shows of its era, it did not shy away from topics such as racism, disability, addiction, poverty, and violence. Episodes frequently placed characters in situations that required moral decision-making and emotional resilience, challenging viewers to engage with difficult subject matter. Stories involving prejudice against marginalized individuals, the struggles of illness and injury, and the consequences of social injustice were handled with a level of seriousness that was uncommon for family-oriented programming at the time. Episodes such as Sylvia became particularly notable for their intense and emotional storytelling, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. These narratives expanded the boundaries of what television dramas could address within a family viewing context. While the show maintained an overall tone of optimism, it did not simplify or sanitize the realities of frontier life or human suffering. Instead, it used these challenges to reinforce messages about empathy, courage, and community responsibility, contributing significantly to its critical and cultural legacy. The enduring legacy of Walnut Grove and its final reflection. Looking back, the legacy of Little House on the Prairie extends far beyond its original broadcast years or its dramatic conclusion. The destruction of Walnut Grove in the final TV movie has become one of the most iconic endings in television history, remembered both for its emotional weight and its symbolic finality. While some viewers found the decision to destroy the town too harsh for a series associated with warmth and family values, others interpreted it as a fitting metaphor for change and closure. Over time, the moment has taken on a mythic quality, representing the end of a storytelling era rather than just the conclusion of a single show. More broadly, the series is remembered for its ability to blend simple frontier life with profound emotional and social storytelling. It demonstrated that family television could be both comforting and challenging, capable of addressing serious issues while maintaining accessibility for a wide audience. Decades later, the show continues to be discussed, revisited, and analyzed, proving that its impact was not temporary but enduring. In the end, its legacy lies not only in nostalgia, but in its willingness to portray life as complicated, meaningful, and deeply human.